Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Very excited to do today's video because I've been kind of avoiding looking at any new release content. I've been avoiding TikToks about it or YouTube videos about it and like most of my Instagram feed because I've been wanting to come into this with like first impressions of the new makeup releases that are out. So I'm finally gonna get on my Instagram and look at them. I haven't been able to go on Instagram for a couple of weeks because I've been trying to avoid it. So we are gonna get on Instagram. We are gonna take a look at Trendmood, which is where I usually look at new makeup releases. I'll go ahead and leave her handle in the description box for those of you who are living under a rock and weren't already following Trendmood. It's great. You're going to love it. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the new makeup releases. So I'm going to scooch over this way and I will put pictures of each thing I'm talking about right here. So let's begin. Oh, interesting. Thrive Cosmetics is putting out a new mascara, but it's not a tubing mascara. It's the Liquid Lash Volumizer mascara. I love the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. It's like one of my all-time favorite mascaras. I think it's really unique, and yeah, like there are other tubing mascaras, but I don't think any of them are as good as the Thrive. So this is interesting that they're kind of branching out, doing something else. I wonder if it will be as good. I'm actually really curious about this. I tend to prefer a lengthening mascara to a volumizing mascara, so I don't know if I would like this as much. And part of what I love about the Thrive mascara is the fact that it's a tubing formula, so it stays on through anything. But I am really curious because the Thrive mascara is phenomenal. Intrigued. Let me know your thoughts. Might have to try this eventually. I'm not really feeling any particular rush to try it because, like, it's a mascara, you know? Like, I don't get that excited about mascaras most of the time. But I am interested. Tarte is putting out another super boring eyeshadow palette. I don't care. I'm sorry. Putting in one like satiny purple and one like satiny dark blue does not make it a fun palette. Just saying. If you cover up those two shades, this is incredibly boring and looks just like all of their other palettes ever. I will pass. Oh hell. Juvia's Place is putting out liquid highlighters. Okay, so I really want to try the liquid blushes. I had one of you leave me a comment on my cream and liquid blush video that I need to try a specific shade of their cream blush that looks really up my alley, and it does. So I definitely want to get my hands on that. Oh, and now they're putting out a liquid highlighter. They look beautiful. I didn't like their powder highlighter because it was kind of thick and like just kind of looked like a stripe. It really emphasized the texture on my face, and I didn't like that much. But this looks gorgeous. Their prices are getting a little out of hand, though. $18? They're supposed to be a drugstore brand. They do look really beautiful, though. I'm looking forward to seeing, like, reviews and swatches and stuff. But I'm keeping this in mind. Do I need a liquid highlighter? Absolutely not. Not even a little bit. However, they look gorgeous. Yeah, so I've seen this floating around. Dior is putting out new shades of their really, really famous like backstage blush. I've been kind of wanting to try the coral shade for a while. I never wanted to try the pink shade. The cool tone pinks don't flatter me. But the coral shade intrigued me. However, the rosewood shade really, really, really has me thinking about it. It's got me thinking about it. I'm pretty sure these are $40 though. $40. For a powder blush in 2023, I just really have a hard time justifying paying $40. I want to see if anybody can find a dupe for the rosewood shade. I'm sure somebody will. Somebody on the internet is going to dupe the rosewood shade and then I can do that instead. I don't need a $40 blush. It's beautiful though. And I'm really glad that they came out with some shades that look a little bit deeper skin friendly, like that berry shade and the mahogany shade. Those look like they would do really well on deeper skin tones. So I like to see that because the first two were pretty light and kind of sheer. So they really wouldn't show up on anybody beyond like medium tan. So it's nice that they're expanding, but Jesus Christ, $40 for a blush is pushing it. Oh, this is fun. e.l.f. is like redoing their lip scrubs. I like that bullet better. I don't know, something about the lipstick shape Bullet was weird to me. I like this better. And it looks like they have new flavors of them too, which is cool. And then they have these lip balms that are $4, and the fact that they have a vanilla frosting one is like speaking to me. Anything vanilla frosting flavored, like buttercream flavored, anything like that, sign me up. Honeydew, that's disgusting. Potentially unpopular opinion, honeydew is like the foulest of fruits, up there with cantaloupe. Those are like the worst things I've ever consumed. I'm sorry if you hate me. Feel free to unsubscribe if you're mad. Anyway, yeah, I am intrigued. I probably would pick up the vanilla frosting lip balm. I mean, they're $4, you know? And I feel I pretty much always carry a lip balm around because my lips are chronically dry, so... Oh, are they replacing the Ride or Die lip balms with these? Oh, I like my Ride or Die lip balm. I have the cookie flavored one, obviously, because, like I said, I like that kind of thing. Huh. Well, the applicator is definitely better. Instead of squeezing it out, like, just of a flat tube, it's slanted, so you can apply it directly to your lips. That is nice. And then they have the exfoliator. They have a popcorn flavored exfoliator. They stole that directly from Lush. They jacked that. They jacked that from Lush. That's so funny. There's a coffee flavored one. I bet that one's nice. Intrigued about the coffee flavored one. I love coffee. Interesting. I'll probably pick these up. Let's be honest. It's e.l.f. I buy everything from e.l.f. And they're so cheap. Like, why wouldn't I? I'll keep you posted. Oh my god. I saw this before. Natasha Denona is putting out a new midi palette. The Yucca palette, or Yucca, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I love this. I love this. You know what the color story kind of reminds me of is Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. I'll put up a picture right here. This was like so coveted at the time. I have one and it is a very beautiful palette, but the Natasha Denona one just kind of looks like they took that and like expanded on it. And I think it is absolutely beautiful. I don't need it. I know I don't. Maybe I'll ask for it for like my birthday or Christmas, which are a long way away, but like I don't need it right now. And I'm able to control myself with eyeshadow palettes a little bit better than I used to. So I feel like I could wait, but I am very, very interested. This is stunning. Although it really does look like a lot like the Safari Rain palette. Like that kind of pewter taupe shimmer, the light gold shimmer, the dark green, the pukey green, the bright orange, the muted orangey brown. Like all of those are directly in the Safari Rain palette. I feel like you could get a lot of similar looks. Maybe I don't need it. But I like Natasha Denona's formula better. So what if I got this and then got rid of the Safari Rain? You know what? I'm going to think about it. I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to think about it. However, this one and me, I have strong, strong feelings. And you know, interestingly enough, Nomad Cosmetics is also putting out a really, really similar color story right now. This is the Majestic Kingdom palette. I don't really buy from Nomad Cosmetics. I don't know, they don't sell them at any like major beauty retailers, so I would have to go directly to their website, and I kind of find that to be a pain these days. So I don't do much of that. However, the color story is very similar. A little more muted, the metallics look a little less poppin', but like very similar. Maybe I think this is kind of going to be the trendy color story for this summer. Kind of the warm browns and greens. That seems like it's going to be the thing. Okay, so ABH is putting out a new palette in that same format as like the Nouveau and the Rose Metals. It's called Cosmos. It looks beautiful. The swatches of like the toppery, shimmery shades. Wow. Like I probably still don't need this because these are getting pricey. I think these are like $54 or something. And you could honestly do better on the like duochrome shades from like an indie brand. Just buy some singles, which is, you know, really the thing that's drawing me to the palette. All of the mattes are nothing really special. But I'm impressed for ABH. Like for a more mainstream, like traditional brand in the vein of like the Tartes and the Too Faceds and the Urban Decays. You know, I kind of consider them all to be like the classics. This is kind of branching out, so I'm impressed. I don't think I need this, but they are very pretty, and I'm impressed. So good for ABH. Fenty's putting out this summer collection, and I do want to buy the matchstick just for the packaging. Yeah. I don't really need the lip stains because those do not look like colors I would wear. And I don't have the lipsticks, so I don't need that case. But the matchstick, I know it's very expensive to buy just for the packaging, but I really would like to buy it just for the packaging. If you think this is a bad idea, try to talk me out of it in the comments below. We'll see if you succeed. No promises. I really like it though. It's one of those like pH adjusting colors, which like whatever. I don't know if I really believe in that because like the pH of human skin doesn't vary that widely. Like most of us should have a pH in the approximate range of one another. I don't know. Whatever reacts to your skin's natural chemistry to create a customized shade that's true to you. They all turn the same color. they all turn the same color, so I don't, whatever. Anyway, I don't care. I think the color's pretty, but I think the packaging's even better, and I am a sucker, so I might do it. Ooh, boy. Makeup by Mario is putting out some cream blushes. I love a cream blush. That Rose Crush color is speaking to me. They look like they have a little bit of shimmer. I might have to think about it. $30. Oh, that hurts. Everything is so expensive right now, but they're so pretty. I've heard the cream bronzer that comes in a similar compact is like phenomenal. So these definitely have my attention. I wanna put my fingers in them. I want to touch them before I decide on that for sure. But they are very, very pretty. I'm gonna have to think about it. God, I feel like my response to half of the things in this video so far has been, I'm gonna have to think about it. What I'm supposed to be talking myself out of it, and I can't. So this is great. I'm doing great. ColourPop is putting out a new mega palette, and I could swear it's 2017 again. It's all like orange and red and dark pink warm tones. Like I'm pretty sure this has been like this color story has been old news for years now. Like, this basically looks like the 35-0. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, or does this look like the 35-0? Maybe not the first 35-0, but like that second one that had a little bit more vibrant shades in it. Am I wrong? This feels so, like, old school. And if warm tones are your thing, the ColourPop Mega Palettes are really good. And, like, if all you wear is warm tones, I could see this being a useful investment. But this is so, like, dated. I'm really surprised, because ColourPop usually follows the trends, or even occasionally sets them, but they're usually following the trends. This is just so weird and out of left field for them, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, it's cute, it's pretty, it's just like, I haven't seen anybody caring about an all, like, orange and red and gold palette in years. I just think it's weird. Trixie Cosmetics, the Pillow Princess collection. If you know, you know. That's awesome. I've never bought anything from Trixie Cosmetics. I'd like to, because I love her and I love Drag Race. Liquid eyeshadows and press-on nails, and then this like compact mirror. The compact mirror is cute. I probably wouldn't use any of those liquid eyeshadows. I just think it's funny it's called the Pillow Princess collection. That's all. That's all. Moving on. Oh, look, another pH shifting thing. Tarte still will not let the Maracuja Juicy line die. And they're putting out the Maracuja Juicy Shift. Didn't they already do this? Am I tripping, or did they already put out a line of, like, Maracuja Juicy pH adjusting thing? Maybe this is different, because those all turn the same color, and these look like they're at least slightly different shades. They have a ton of different ones. I don't know how I feel about the packaging on the Blackberry one being, like, literally gray. That just looks really off-putting. I don't want a gray compact on my lipstick. Like, unless you wear gray lipstick, and if you do, then more power to you, but, like, I don't know. And that one in the swatches that's, like, purple and it turns green, I don't know about this one, y'all. I don't know. I'm gonna pass pretty easy. Yeah, even in the description it says, each color will shift to a similar pinky pop, so why have this many of them? whatever. Like, if you're gonna do color shifting stuff, I still think it's kind of a gimmick in general, but at least be like Fenty and just put out the one. Because they all turn the same color, and we know that. Go off, Tarte, I guess. Tom Ford put out another collection. Who'd care? I, like, refuse to buy anything from Tom Ford on principle. Pretty much just on principle. Because there's no possible way that any of it can be worth that much money. It's not realistically possible. Like, I have a hard time explaining myself buying the Pat McGrath palettes, and those are 10 shades, and they cost $128, and I've never bought one full price. Tom Ford quads cost $90. And from what I have seen people say about them, they are extremely hit or miss. Not for $90. You don't get to be hit or miss for $90. It's hit or nothing. The lip balms are $60, and they're just glittery lip balms. It literally says that, like, the nude one just has an overspray. Jesus Christ. The highlighter's $95. And they have it on this model that is just way too dark for. All around yikes. Those are my feelings on most Tom Ford stuff. Just, like, all around yikes. No thanks. Persona is putting out a new shade of their cream blush. I haven't even tried the existing shade range of cream blushes, but they have a true red, so you know I'm going to. But they also have, like, a brownie nude, and now they have this cute, like, peachy pink. I feel like I'm starting to see the bright, cool tone pinks phase out, and peaches are starting to phase in, which is great for me, because I don't look good in those cool pinks. I love a peach. So I'm hoping that's where the trend is going. This looks gorgeous. It's a collab with someone named Sarah Wallach. I don't know this person, but good for her. Work. It's a gorgeous shade. I feel like I still want to try, like, the brown nude and the red more, but this is very pretty. Super cute color. I see the appeal. So, of course, while I'm literally in the middle of talking about cream blushes, and I just brought up Pat McGrath, naturally, she's putting out a line of cream blushes, and I'm really gonna want one. I love Pat McGrath. I love cream blush. There's one in here, that Sun-Kissed Seduction color is speaking to me. It looks beautiful. The quad looks super cute too, but I don't really know that I could get a full look from that quad. It's pretty though. I mean, you do go to her for the shimmers, and this quad has 3 of them, so it does look pretty. Ooh, I want to see some better swatches of those blushes, because, like I said, that, like, orangey terracotta shade, that's what I like. That's what I like. To be determined. To be determined. They're only, okay, listen. Pat McGrath cream blush. It's only $29. That's really not that much. The Makeup by Mario ones are $30. What's the catch here? Like, is there a catch? Or are they really just $29? Are they this big? I'm gonna buy one. Let's be so real with each other here. They're $29 and they're Pat McGrath. I'm gonna buy one. Like, I'm buying this over any other cream blush that I have talked about or will talk about. Pat comes first, always. She has this other thing in here that's like it's a dual-sided cream stick that's got like a sparkly pink thing and then literally just a clear balm. I don't care. I don't care. It kind of seems like a gimmick. That thing is $58 and half of it is literally just basically Vaseline. Get a grip. Get a grip. Look at me. Get a grip. Following the blushes with great interest. Melt is putting out this Dark Matter palette that's supposed to be like a takeoff on the Dark Matter stack. A lot of their palettes have been takeoffs on their stacks. Like the Radioactive, She's in Parties was a stack. Blueprint was a stack. So now we have the Dark Matter one, and it's like boring. It's boring. I've heard that Melt's formula is phenomenal. I've never tried one of their eyeshadow palettes. It's one that I've been meaning to try. But this is boring. Again, it's like those warm tone neutral color stories that haven't been relevant for a really long time, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, I still wear warm tone neutrals. I love a warm tone neutral look. Do not get me wrong, but I'm like, is this coming back? Was I missing something and I was just like so unaware and like busy in my own little world that I didn't realize that warm tone neutrals are making this huge comeback? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it's boring. Again, it kind of just looks like a selection from the 35O. I mean, the shades look great. They look beautiful. The swatches look delicious, but that's really all I can say about it. I own this color story 75 times over, I guarantee you. So I'm good, but I'm sure it's fine. You know, I'm sure it's a perfectly acceptable palette. Oh my god. Oh, these new Odin's Eye palettes look so stunning. These are the Jords? I don't know, I always sound like an idiot. Divine Collection. So they have the Jewels and Gem palette and the Stone and Rock palette. The Stone and Rock palette is like exactly what I was saying before. It's those grungy, like green and mustard yellow and orangey tones that I really feel like this is going to be the color palette of the summer and into the fall of this year. And even though the Stone and Rock one looks right up my alley, gorgeous color story. I'm a sucker for the grungy mustards and olive greens. I saw Morgan Turner swatch these, and the Jewels and Gem palette is like so unbelievably beautiful. There's no swatches of Jewels and Gem in this post, so I'll put up a different picture if I can find one that does it justice, but they look incredible. And I feel like Jewels and Gem would be a little bit more unique to my collection. I don't need either one of these. However, if I was to buy one, I'd probably buy Jewels and Gem because, I don't know, there's just really something special about that one. Plus, if the other one's gonna be like the color story of the summer, I'm sure there will be plenty of other options, i.e. the Natasha Denona one. I've really got my eye on that one, I really do. These are gorgeous, though. Hourglass is putting out these new palettes again, except one of them only has... My cat's trying to cause chaos to get me distracted. Anyway, so Hourglass is putting out these new, like, 6-pan palettes again. They do this all the time. Except these are weird, because instead of being, like, a full face palette, like they usually do, it's got, like a face powder and a bronzer and a highlighter and a blush, usually, like, 2 blushes and 2 face powders. These have just finishing powders and bronzers, and then the other one has just strobe powders, which are the highlights, and blushes. Which I guess is fine, but I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of why people usually buy these palettes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't buy these palettes. I bought one, the one time they did the little 4-pan one for the holiday collection, I bought that one, and it was like, okay. I mean, I like the Hourglass powders, but some people are like, oh, they're worth every penny, and I'm like, I don't think so. That's just my opinion, though. So I don't buy these 6-pan palettes, but I kind of, from what I understand, the reason that they are so appealing to people is because you can kind of get like a full face out of them. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the problem. But also, like, looking at this bronzer and powder one, I couldn't use at least half of those shades. The darkest one says it's a finishing powder. I assume they mean for it to be either a bronzer for light skin tones or a finishing powder for dark skin tones. But then what are dark skin tones going to do with the super pale ones? And I don't know. I can't think of one person that this is directed at. So that just kind of confuses me. The blush and highlighter one is cute. I think Hourglass is overhyped, okay? I said it. I think they're overhyped. I think their powders are fine. I don't think they're worth the money. These things cost $85. Get a grip. Next, NARS is coming out with liquid blushes. They had liquid blushes that I think they kind of phased out. So I think this is what's replacing those. I really want the Dolce Vita shade. My cat always gets zoomies right when I decide to film, so that's nice. The Dolce Vita shade is super pretty. Do I need it? No. I have the original NARS liquid blush in Orgasm, and it's nice. It's cute. It's not, like, phenomenal. It's not, like, overwhelmingly great, but it's cute. This is lower on my list of the cream blushes I'm interested in right now. But it's a cream blush, so I am interested. Obviously. Speaking of being interested in cream blushes, Urban Decay is also putting out a cream blush in the Hydromaniac line. I have the Hydromaniac skin tint. I love it. However, I think that the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator is extremely similar. So if you were ever interested in the Hydromaniac skin tint, you can save your coin. The Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator is extremely similar, if not better. Not that I don't like the Urban Decay one. I do. But just keep that in mind. However, these blushes look stunning, and there's a true red. So... you already know I'm intrigued. And they're only $22. That's really not that much. That's like the same as a Rare Beauty blush. I am interested. I'm definitely interested. A true red cream blush for $22, you have my attention. And they look like they have a really dewy finish. Yeah. This one and the Pat McGrath one. Piquing my interest the most, I think. NARS is putting out another like pot concealer thing. There's only 5 shades, and the darkest one is nowhere near dark enough, which is like embarrassing. I know it's supposed to be a brightener, but like get a grip. However, this is like an under eye brightener thing, and it's in the light reflecting line. And I love the light reflecting foundation. And it's in like the little pot, like the soft matte concealer. And I love the soft matte concealer. So this is like a recipe for making me want it. And I'm probably going to end up buying it. Again, I don't really feel any particular rush to try any of these things, but I'm probably going to end up buying it. Let's be super real and honest. I'm probably going to end up buying it purely because of how much I love the 2 things that this is sort of a mashup of. Yeah, they can, in fact, coast on their previous hype for me. I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to hearing what people think of this, though. Lunar Beauty is putting out bullet lipsticks and lip liners. They've always had, like, the glosses and the lip oils, but now they're branching out into, like, bullets. The bullets on these lipsticks are next level. And it has, like, the pop-out packaging where you push a button and the lipstick pops out of the bottom. The quality of these looks ridiculous. I'm so impressed. I've been wanting to buy more Lunar Beauty. All I have is the Nude Prism palette, and it is beautiful. It's a fantastic palette, and I've heard very good things about Manny's other stuff, so these are gorgeous. I mean, do I need a $20 lipstick? No, but oh my god, that bullet is unbelievable. Like, the detail, the little constellations, that is just so cute. Whether or not I try these, irrelevant. Looks like a gorgeous collection, and round of applause for Manny MUA because, wow, you did that, king. We'll do a couple more and then call it a day. Bare Minerals is putting out 2 new shades of the bronzer, which I love. I have Kiss of Pink from the original collection, and it is one of my favorite blushes in my collection, hands down. I love that thing. I use it all the time. I've been wanting to get Kiss of Copper because it has a little more pigment, and I feel like it would just be more fun in the summer. But these 2 new shades also look very pretty. There's Kiss of Mauve, and Kiss of Spice is the only shade in the entire line that I honestly would call like a bronzer, because it actually looks like kind of a bronzy shade. However, Kiss of Mauve, I was like really intrigued by until I found out from Jen Phelps' channel that Nabla's skin glazing in Independence is an exact shade for shade dupe. So now I feel better about not buying either of these. However, my desire to own Kiss of Copper remains. So we'll see what happens, but I'm safe from the new shades. Finally, let's just make this a blush video. You know, I feel like this is the blush video. These are the new Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Soft Matte Blushes from L'Oreal, and I'm gonna buy one. Again, I'm gonna buy one. I haven't been doing very well on saying no to this stuff. I love the Infallible Fresh Wear bronzer. It is one of my favorite bronzers. It is absolutely beautiful, and I love it. I love these colors. Daring Rosewood is speaking to me, obviously. And yeah, it's just, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when I'm going to buy it. I fully believe that these are going to be phenomenal if going by the bronzer is any indication. Also, the reviews I've heard of these so far are very good. So I'll let you know when I get my hands on mine, but I will be getting my hands on one. Actually, I lied. Let's talk about one more thing before we're done here. ColourPop put out this lavender collection, Lav-ish. Everything looks cute. I'm not really interested in any of it. I don't really wear these kind of like muted purples or anything like that. I'm sure the Super Shocks are fun and the highlighter's fun. The main reason that I wanted to touch on this is because the PR mailer that they sent out has a big card in it that says "in a lavender haze," and I feel like they're gonna get sued by Taylor Swift, right? I'm a huge Swiftie. I love Taylor. She's gotta have that trademarked or something, right? This has to be trademark infringement. Anyway, ColourPop needs to watch their backs, because you can't just, anyway. I just thought that was funny. That's it for this video. Those are all of the new makeup releases I really have to talk about right now. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on these releases, if you're planning to pick up any of them, if you have picked up any of them, if you've heard anything about them that you think is worth sharing with the class. We would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, if you thought it was fun, leave a like down below, and if you would like to see more from me, please consider hitting subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you, and until the next one, say bye! Bye, you guys.